Hello everybody, my name's David Harper. I'm the product manager for the Cisco FindIT network discovery utility, and over the next couple of minutes I just want to show you how you can use Cisco FindIT when installing new network equipment. For the benefit of people who may not be familiar with Cisco FindIT, it is a plugin for the web browser. You can see here we get this toolbar with a few links here. If we click on the FindIT button here, we open up a sidebar and you can see I've got a network here with router, couple of switches, couple of wireless access points, okay, and an analog telephone adapter. Okay, so this is a brand new network. I've taken all the equipment out of the box, plugged it all together, and what I can see here is FindIT has discovered everything in the network. If I mouse over the device, I get a tooltip showing me information about the devices, so what type of device it is, what firmware version it's running, what its MAC address is. If I am having a problem and I need to log a case with the support center, I'll often get asked for the serial number. I can see the serial number directly from here, but probably more immediately useful is I can see what the IP address is. Okay, so I can double click on a device here and go straight to the web GUI and be able to log on to it without having to go and check DHCP tables and without having to log on to the router and look through the DHCP tables. Now the other thing that I can see here, if I have a look, is I've got these icons next to a couple of devices, and what they're telling me is that there is a later firmware version available on Cisco.com for these devices. Okay, so if I click on one of these devices now, what FindIT will do is it goes away to Cisco.com. It says there's a later version of firmware here. I accept the end user license agreement, and it starts downloading that firmware to my PC. If I mouse over the device, I'll just accept that. If I mouse over the device, it'll tell me what that later firmware version is and what my current firmware version is. In this case, it's 1.062. The latest version available is 1.074. So I've clicked on the icon to start downloading, and you can see that that file is now downloading in the background. Now this wireless access point, the firmware downloaded rather quickly because I actually had downloaded it before. If I click here, it opens up a folder. It shows me where the firmware is, and because that file was already present in this directory, what FindIT did was it just validated the checksum to make sure the file hadn't been corrupted, and since it was all in good shape, it completed the transfer immediately. Now what I can do is I'll just open up the access point, log into it quickly. Now that I've got that firmware, I haven't had to hunt through Cisco.com to find the right firmware for the right device. I can just very easily grab that update and apply it to the device. Okay, now while that upgrade's happening, if I go back to my switch, I can go in here, I can start doing configuration changes. Maybe in this case I'll just change the host name, something simple, and when I apply that, you'll see in a moment that that host name change will take effect. See, that switch now has the host name that I've configured. You can also see here where that access point that I'm upgrading, the entry here has gone red. That's because the access point has dropped off the network. Sometimes if you have a lot of devices in the sidebar and something drops off the network, previously it was a little bit hard to see that there was something missing or that there was a problem. Now it's very obvious that it's dropped off the network. If I mouse over it, I can see that it's no longer on the network. It was last seen 38 seconds ago. So that gives me an idea of just how long it's been gone. Now, when the upgrade finishes, which will take a couple of minutes, but when that upgrade finishes, that entry will go back to black, when the device is seen on the network, and I'll be able to see the new version has taken effect. Now, the other things I can do here, maybe if I'm having problems setting something up or I don't quite know what to do next, if I go into the support menu here, I can find out how to get in touch with the support center. Here's all the phone numbers for the support center if I need to log a case, or possibly I just want to go to the support community where I can hunt through the knowledge bases there and find more information about specific products, or problems that other people have had in the past and what the solution was, so I can go there. Finally, if I don't want to speak to somebody, but I would like to talk to a live person, I can always go to the online chat and have a chat session with a support center engineer. Okay, so that's about it. There's just a couple of quick things that you can use Cisco FindIT for to help you when you're installing a network. It just makes the process go a little more smoothly, and hopefully saves you a bit of time and a little bit of effort.